Oh my god, I do this too. Oh no, sorry, I can't hang out. I have these other plans. Laying in my bed, scrolling on TikTok. Hello YouTube! Today we will be watching a video by Almost Cheesecake called The Lonely versus the Loner. This video is like about introvertness, and I'm an introvert, so I wanted to watch that together with you guys.
Okie dokie. Introvert, a person that is incapable of being social, either due to lack of confidence or experience.
Oh, that is so wrong.
The definition of an introvert.
No, that is so wrong.
If I was a dirty, filthy liar.
Okay, thank God.
Bocce the Rock is about a guitarist called Hitori Goto, or Bocce as she's affectionately referred to.
I haven't watched this anime. Is it good?
Comes from the Japanese word Hitori Bocce, which can be roughly translated to alone. Bocce is alone. Why, you may ask? Well, that's because she's an introvert. But if you've seen the anime, you'll probably realize that the first definition, the fake one, oddly fits Bocce pretty well. A large majority of the show is Bocce struggling with social situations. So, does that mean I lied about being a liar? Well, no. The truth is that while Bocce is an introvert, calling her an introvert is not the whole truth. What do I mean by that? Well... Also, please subscribe, trying to hit 5k before the end of the year. Thank you, back to the video. I feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings around introverts, where many people actually do believe in the first definition.
An introverted person is incapable of being social. No.
And it's mainly because people mix up introversion with something else. So to make sure we're all on the same page, the Merriam-Webster definition is a typically reserved or quiet person who tends to be introspective and enjoys spending time alone. This is something we can expand on later.
Yeah, I guess it's like because I stream, and when I stream, I talk a lot and I sound energetic. And every time when I mention on stream that I am an introvert, everyone's like, no way, Sai, I don't think you're an introvert at all. No, Sai, you're not an introvert. And that's probably because they have the false definition of an introvert. Like, how do you know if I'm an introvert or not? Like, I don't think you would know that as a viewer. I like to spend my time alone a lot. I like to play alone. I like to do my hobbies alone. I like to do actually almost everything alone, and if I do stuff with other people, I like it to be like maybe 2 hours max. Because I get drained so easily and fast.
But if we look at this base definition, nowhere does it say that introverts are incapable of being social. So if Bocce is not just an introvert, what is she?
I mean, she probably also has anxiety or social anxiety, because I have that too. And people tend to think that social anxiety / shyness means that someone is introverted. Well, that's not the case at all, because you can be shy or have social anxiety while you are an extrovert, actually.
Well, that's a simple question to answer. Bocce has social anxiety.
Yeah.
Now,
Bocce is like me. I mean, that's not a good thing, but same.
Has social anxiety, not that she is socially anxious. That's because I want to make the distinction. An introvert is a personality trait. Social anxiety is a mental condition. Social anxiety is something people go to therapists to overcome. If you told a therapist that you wanted to overcome your introversion, they would laugh at your face. And then you would leave.
Yeah, that's not something you can change. You're just that. I mean, you can also be like an ambivert, that you're like in between. But like, that's not something you can just change.
It's a terrible therapist. You would go see another therapist and probably talk about what you actually want to overcome.
Jokes aside, social anxiety is a bigger topic that this video doesn't focus on, so feel free to add any thoughts or comments below.
So if Bocce is both an introvert and has social anxiety, what does an introvert without social anxiety look like? Well, you may not have guessed, but the show actually has the perfect example of this. Someone who's closer than you think. Someone who's even in the same band. Unless you've already seen my thumbnail, which, whoop-de-doo, way to ruin all the intrigue I was building. Yes, Ryo Yamada is an introvert without social anxiety. Now, before we jump to Ryo, I want to better define what Bocce is. Instead of repeating who does or doesn't have social anxiety, I'm just going to make up my own terminology because titles are fun. Bocce is what I would call lonely. people that can't socialize with others.
You're calling me lonely!
Lonelies are people that can't socialize with others, but also have the desire to socialize. The whole reason Bocce picked up the guitar is because she felt that she didn't belong, and latched onto the idea that rock music could solve that.
まあ、バンドは陰キャでも輝けるんで。
So, lonelies are people that want to improve their ability to socialize, but that doesn't mean they want to socialize 24/7. The Kit aura is a gag in the anime where Kita's extroversion blinds everyone that sees it, but I think it's actually a great example of how lonelies interact with others. Bocce obviously enjoys Kita's company. They're in the same band, and as the show progresses they spend more and more time together, even outside of practice. Kita is like the sun to Bocce. It's healthy and beneficial for Bocce to be exposed to her. Also, Kita gives Bocce that vitamin D. However,
That vitamin D. We do go outside once in the 2 months, maybe.
if you stare into the sun for too long, you will eventually go blind. Bocce enjoys spending time with Kita, but there is a limit to how much time and energy Bocce can spend with anyone until she eventually gets tired. That's the thing about Bocce the Rock. This is a gag comedy that shows an extreme example of what it is to be an introvert or socially anxious.
Man, I really need to watch this anime, man.
When I see people complain that Bocce is unrealistic, that no one is as introverted as Bocce,
Because that's not just introversion.
two problems with that argument. One, exaggerations are usually based on something realistic, just cranked up to 100. It is hyperbolic on purpose to cast a wide net, so that a wide variety of introverts can find something to relate to. Two, honestly, there are people that are way more introverted or socially anxious.
I don't know, from what I can see from these clips of Bocce, I can relate from everything that I've seen. I've never seen the anime, but if it is like these clips, I feel like I am kinda like her. For example, I had this very big Lethal Company collab that I had a few months back, and I thought I could handle it. I was like, yeah, I just have to play like 1 or 2 hours, will be fun, meeting new people, blah, 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 because I want to meet new people. I want to make friends with new people, and I thought like, yeah, this is an opportunity when I got invited. And then the day was there, and I got like overwhelmed immediately. I don't know how many people there were, like 16 people, 16, 14, like people that I didn't know. And like, there was so much talking, everyone was talking to each other, and I just felt so overwhelmed. I wasn't myself anymore. Everyone on stream, like my regulars, could also see that something was wrong because I wasn't acting like the normal me anymore. And I just wished that the collab would be over soon. I was like barely talking at all too, because I just got that overwhelmed and I couldn't socialize. Like maybe if it would be that Bocce was just introverted, then yeah, maybe this is like, oh, no one is like that introverted, quote unquote. But if you're introverted plus you have social anxiety, you can definitely be like this.
Than Bocce. The Japanese even have an entire term for them, hikikomori, people that avoid social contact to the point that some won't even leave their house. Guess who leaves their house? Bocce actually isn't the only extreme introvert in this anime. She's just on one side of the introvert spectrum.
Yeah.
Realistically, it shouldn't be a line, more like an entire tree of
Yeah, exactly. You just fall somewhere in between, and I think I'm also like really on the left side of the introvert spectrum.
traits, but I'm lazy, so all you get is a line. Lonely is on the far left of the spectrum. On the far right, I'm sorry, this sounds kind of political. I swear it isn't. The
far right.
is the opposite of what lonelies are. People that are able to socialize with others, but oftentimes choose not to.
Hi, Future Cypress here. I actually don't agree. I was a little slow in the video and I only realized pretty late that I don't agree. But I thought I should explain a little bit more why, because I didn't do that. I feel like even though that he says this video is not about social anxiety, I have the feeling he is explaining the social anxiety spectrum. Like that would make more sense because of the word lonely and the reason for why she is lonely. Then it would make sense that Bocce is all the way to the left and Rio's all the way to the right. Because if it was just about the introvert spectrum, then it should have actually been a line, and then on the left it would be very introverted, on the right very extroverted, and in the middle ambiverted. And then the way that both of the characters would have been judged is without the aspect that Butchie has social anxiety, because the social anxiety part has nothing to do with how introverted she is. Okay, that's what I think. Hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Or the loner. Ryo Yamada is like the self-insert of introverts, because oh my god, I wish I had half the confidence she has. It's actually hilarious how often Ryo just refuses to read the room for her own amusement.
しょうがないよ、即席バンドなんだし。私だってそんな上手くないし。私は上手い。
While Bocchi wishes she could socialize better, we've gotten multiple examples of Ryo socializing normally. We see her instantly gravitate to Kikuri and have a normal conversation about how much she likes to be stepped on. And during the festival arc, Ryo is perfectly fine interacting with strangers, like taking over a bike gang or extorting money out of students. She also shamelessly takes
I really need to
Bocchi
watch
and
this.
kiss her multiple times, either asking for money or straight up lying to them. Honestly, she almost treats Bocchi like a pet at times.
褒めて使わす。よしよし。
Did you know my name is actually Hitori God? So I think it goes to show that Ryo is actually great at socializing, but just prefers not to. Just because you're an introvert doesn't mean that you have zero social skills.
Yeah, I wish people would look more into the term introvert and extrovert because it annoys me so much.
It just means you enjoy your own company. Ryo often goes out by herself, exploring secondhand clothing stores and going to concerts. When people ask her to hang out, she will perpetually lie her way out of it.
Oh my god, I do this too. Oh no, sorry, I can't hang out. I have these other plans. Laying in my bed, scrolling on TikTok.
By throwing one of her various family members into the hospital.
りょう先輩も来ればよかったのに。誘ったんだけどね。おばあちゃんが今夜が峠なんだって。大丈夫なんですか？
Ryo is honestly my favorite character from the whole show, mostly because on the lonely to loner spectrum, I would put myself closer to Ryo. I'm like decent at socializing, but often choose not to because I'm a bit of a recluse. I enjoy going to the cinema by myself, and if I want to hang out with someone, I'll just ask. I also feel some level of anxiety and paranoia, so I do relate to Bocchi as well, but I'm nowhere near her level and can usually hide it pretty well.
Introvertness and extrovertness is also like a spectrum, right? You can be like in between. You can be like super introverted, a little introverted, and you can be like super extroverted and like a little less extroverted, you know? I think I am like super introverted, and then I also have the social anxiety.
At least, I hope I do. That said, while I have been pointing out how Bocchi and Ryo are two introverts on the opposite side of the spectrum, that doesn't mean they're nothing alike. Obviously, both of them are quiet and keep to themselves, even if one does it out of fear and the other is just built different. But there's also these two other moments that I think really showcase their similarities. At the end of episode 1, after Bocchi, Ryo and Nijika perform together for the first time, Nijika wants to have an
Although I'm confused about what he says about like the spectrum between Bocchi and the blue hair. God damn it, what the f was her name again? Anyway, I don't think it makes sense because Bocchi has social anxiety and the other girl does not have social anxiety. Bocchi is lonely because she has social anxiety, so I don't get how the two of them are on the same spectrum if she doesn't have social anxiety at all.
after party to welcome Bocchi to Kesoku Band. However, Bocchi backs out, stating that she's exhausted from all the social interaction and runs away. While Ryo also ducks out by just falling asleep. Both of
I've been boned! God damn it! I have done both!
them have depleted their social batteries for the day and ditched poor Nijika.
Aww.
During episode 8, when a typhoon sweeps over Japan and prevents people from visiting Kesoku Band's concert, Ryo falls asleep again because she doesn't feel pressured now that not many people will be coming. When the fans Bocchi met in the previous episode managed to make it to the concert, goated characters by the way, Bocchi gets so encouraged that she goes Super Saiyan.
Ooh.
Both characters seem emotionless at first, but are actually easily affected by the mood. Actually, talk about episode 8, I've seen some people say that they find it unrealistic that Bocchi is able to pop off during a solo, when she's been apparently pissing and crying her pants off stage, which I also have a problem with this argument because it disregards both the character development of Bocchi making friends and becoming more confident in herself. We see an example of this with Bocchi being able to serve a customer for the first time because of Nijika and Ryo's support. I guess making friends is in fact plot progression, along with the fact that some performers are able to just
making friends also helps with your social anxiety, so it becomes less. More interaction with the outer world.
lock in, enter that flow state, focus on just their performance.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe she's just locked in.
Requires it. You can even see how she stares only at her guitar and never looks up at the audience. She isn't suddenly not so
She's probably like just fully locked into the guitar and not thinking about the things that are around her.
actually anxious, she's just actively trying to push through her fear. I think Bo Burnham perfectly captures what I mean by this.
Yo, why are you acting all quiet and weird right now? I once heard that you actually act quiet because you're shy and introverted in real life and that people shouldn't expect you to act the same way off stage as you do on stage. Yeah, that makes no sense.
And I think that's why I like Ryo so much, because when you look past the nonchalance and mild sadism, Ryo is able to empathize with Bocchi because they are both introverts. When Bocchi was struggling with the idea of writing lyrics, trying to force positivity into them because she thinks that's what Kisoku-ben wants from her, Ryo tells us about her old band. The songs they wrote had some awkward lyrics, but Ryo liked how honest they were. However, in an effort to become more commercial, they ditched that awkward honesty to appeal to more people. Which brings me to my favorite quote from the entire show.
個性捨てたら死んでるのと一緒だよ。
That is so real. Never forget that, chat.
This statement is not only encouraging Bocchi to write the lyrics she wants to write, but also reassuring Bocchi that it's okay to be who she is. It doesn't matter if she's an extrovert or an introvert, energetic or gloomy, a lonely or a loner. Bocchi the Rock is about a guitarist called Hitori Goto, or Bocchi as she is affectionately referred to. She doesn't want to be alone all the time, so we watch her journey as she tries to overcome her social anxiety. She never stops being an introvert, nor does her anxiety ever truly go away. What we do see though is
That is difficult to go away instantly. And also the introvertness doesn't go away either.
discover a place where she belongs. A place called Kisoku Band.
I like that video. Oh my god, that scared me. Hi, thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more. I also stream live on Twitch, so come join us sometimes. Thank you and bye!